Hey guys, I played a 3-stone handicap game this morning that I thought was worth looking at. Some of the white stones are interesting, some of the black stones are interesting, so let's have a look. And white. Um, we've talked about this attitude before. So see how the three black stones are saying, I'm doing all these great and wonderful things. And the white stones are saying, go ahead, I'll just have small life over here. It's not necessarily an attitude you want to follow, right? Um, how about instead, just for fun, look at this, how different this is. Give black the corner, and you take large outside, or big outside. So real different attitudes. And I find a lot of pleasure in just doing my little thing, knowing that black cannot take more than his fair share. And I'm encouraging him to take all of his fair share, not no hard moves. Please go right ahead. Now, this is an account where I think I'm one done on this account, so I should win comfortably. But I don't test my opponent. I try to make the most obvious things, so everyone gets to see obvious, straightforward things. That's why I enjoy it. Okay, back to the game. How about fourth line? Works with the other stones significantly better. So this is just funny looking. It's just so funny looking. I mean, look at those. We have 2, 4, 5 black stones on the fourth line. White's concerned. And here I feel a little relief. Like, I don't care if black gets a couple little points on the left. I could care less. Okay, I'll come settle my stones again. Nothing fancy. There's a little something to look at here. Let's look at this Jaceki. Here's another standard Jaceki. I still play here. Now, when I play here, it's Sente to kill the corner, right? If he doesn't respond, well, he could come under and save the corner, but still, it's a pretty weak situation for him. So, for black to play here, it's necessary and very big, a double Sente. You can't get bigger than double Sente. So, but now let's look at the game. When he plays here, my move is not Sente. And for him to play it is only reverse Sente and not particularly big. That is to say, if white plays here, black will just go away and do whatever. So white's not going to play this move. When black plays it, white likes getting this move in. It's like a free move. Black's move didn't help black, didn't bother me. As a matter of fact, I got more on the right. So it's a little more complex of an idea. This move is reverse Sente rather than double Sente. That really brings the value down. Okay, back to the game. I don't see any reason not to play this move. We know that there's a weakness here, right? But he can't do it because there's no way out at the moment. But it is Aji. Okay, so I play here. Sorry. Okay, so right away I'm concerned. There's a Sente, right? If white doesn't do anything, cut, connect out, trouble. So is there anything urgent going on the board? No. So if I'm black, I'm playing here right now. Absolute free move. Even if I leave that stone alone, I made white play A inside his own area when he was already safe. I couldn't kill the group, but I made him play inside anyway. So the A-B exchange for black is absolutely profit. There's no negative. So we can walk away, and however we use the B stone, we're already in the positive. So these little ideas about what's positive, how do you get profit, it doesn't have to look like points. It can look like anything. He plays here. I'd go ahead and take it away. He plays here. Well, it still works for black, so I take it away. And while we're there, notice the difference. White B is inside my own area. White A, I'm growing where I didn't have points before. This is bigger for white, so I don't mind playing it. One, oh, this one, yeah, and then down. And black can certainly play away here if he wants, right? No serious sente at all. So the Atari, I don't mind it. But again, let's look here. Let's say black plays away to wherever, and white says, you fool, and now black's going to play away again. And now white punishes. Well, white played 2 extra moves here for how many points? 8? All of which were gote. Black gets to play away again, right? Black playing away is way bigger than playing here. Now, this is valuable, partly because this is gote for white. It's gote for everybody, but you have to admit that's kind of nice outside influence, especially for black. Okay, so if there was something important to go do, I think I would do it. There isn't. This is not a bad idea if there's nothing else to do, and there isn't. So I think I would play it. And no way I'm going to Atari here and give him another move out there. I don't need this. I'm already alive. So don't play it. Part of what I'm doing when I look at these is you're going to be facing these questions. And I remember being so curious. I was like, how would I know if I should play this Atari or not? I know I like it. I like Atari. I like saying Atari. And then I come fix, oh, look at me. I'm nice and thick into the center. I remember being forward on and not knowing how to think about this. So that's kind of why I'm showing you is like, well, if you're like me, this is really big information. Extremely helpful. So I go 3-3. Once again, notice the difference. I can play on the larger side, suggesting bigger things. But instead, I'm just like, oh, I'll just live. I'll let you have. This is a full value move. Black's not going to get more than his fair share. It kind of makes the game easier for black. So, for instance, if here it's black's move, what would black like to do? I don't know. How about here? This isn't a defensive move. This is just pure profit. Like, well, maybe this looks good for black, right? So I don't think black's getting more than his fair share, but it hands black easy moves. And that's why I do this. It makes for great teaching games. I've used these teaching games countless times with students because it's like, then what do you do? How do get your full value here? This move bothered me a little bit. My A group is low and settled, which is saying, I really don't want the top. The top's not interesting. I, I'll trust that you understand that. On the right, very big area. Black yearns for the right. So my first inclination is to play this Joseki out. Give black the corner, and now I have a group on the right. So white gets the bigger side. White establishes a group on the bigger side. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, if I play this way, we can imagine the top getting big for white. This isn't where I played. I'm just drawing a picture of it's not. I mean, the A group and the B group, which I have to mark so you know which ones I'm talking about, are really far apart. So it's not like they're over concentrated at all. It's just I don't want to take that area unless I get the whole thing on a large scale. So it is okay. And secondly, it's hard for black to take the right, and that's a key point. And why is it hard? Because there's an invisible stone here. This threatens to take the corner, right? Boom, now the corner's dead. Okay. So if black says, oh, you fool, I have taken such a large area, I'm like, well, I get two moves there. Let me get on the right button. Just a second. Move one. Black. Move one. You're going to give me the corner? Of course, I'm not going to give you the corner. Great. Then I'm just out. You can't. If you cut me, I'll give you a stone and have a good position there. So I'm thinking, well, this isn't bad for me on top at all. I'm not saying I want to grow it, but I don't have a bad position on top. And it's hard for black to take the right because of white has a free move there. So it's not a bad position at all. So just showing you my thought process, thinking it might be helpful. Now they're 3-3. And again, I'm saying, please take the right. I'm going to have fun invading. So that's what I think. Although I think this move does give black more than its fair share. And I didn't think about it till a little later ago. It kind of does. But let's look at why. Oh, Joseki. Okay. I can go about my business here. Black did not get more than his fair share, but he should have. Do you know why? Let's look. Now maybe you know. That'd be great if you knew. Should black capture the cutting stone? Yeah. If he doesn't, black has two weak groups. And white's gonna get you. White's gonna mess with you and get a profit. You should capture the cutting stone. Okay. But what if it looks like this? Should black capture the cutting stone? No. How come? Because if it runs out, it's like, yeah, I'm alive on both sides. You have nothing to chase. Your center stones are just weak stones I can chase to my heart's content. Okay, so we capture the stone because there's two weak groups. On our board, once I find it, here we are. White lives. Black's alive there. Play the big move. Play this big move. Anything. Oh, I'm so scared. There's nothing to be afraid of here. But he didn't. He played blind Giuseppe. Okay. Now white plays on the right? No. The right, I get a free move there, right? So it's hard for black to take it. Now the whole Aji with these A stones, free move at B, or if I play C, now you know that everyone knows this one. If I play C, then that's sente to kill the corner. And I'm sure you know it will just look. Black can't hane because he dies. Black can't hane because he dies. Black can hane, except he's about to die and then he dies. So it just destroys the corner. Okay. So I figured if I come this way, I still have my free move on the right, but I like this on top. I really like this move. I'm working the right more than ever, and I'm working the top. And there's no denying that there is a little bit of something against this white group, right? I mean, am I going to play again for a second eye? Am I going to allow black to come down in sente, threatening my eye? This is great for black. So it's not like now I think white can do better than that, but the picture is that it's just a little group that can live and it's fine, but it does enjoy another move. Okay. Black comes in. I don't think so. All of a sudden, I'm going to get how many moves? Free moves. Let's see. I'll chase, 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 then chase. 5 free moves, and black's going to get how many points on top? Less than 5. Did you catch that? I'm going to get 5 free moves chasing this guy, and black, assuming he lives, will get less than 5 points on top. It's like, why would you do such a thing? How about grow your left as you flatten? Let's have white take the whole thing. Go ahead, take it, take it. I dare you, take it, take the whole thing. Oh my God. Look at the left. It's enormous. So this is a key point for black. And he just hands the game to white. So chase, surround. I did almost 0 reading here. Let's look at something just for sake of definition. Okay. Does black kill the left? That stone on the left. Was it a hard readout? It wasn't a readout at all. It's like you unconsciously blink and it's already solved. It's Mr. Yang calls it a glance, which rhymes with my name. So here I glanced and noticed, oh, I can still have my stones touch. Okay, that's nothing. That's not a readout. That's just, yeah, my stones still touch. So I will have influence on the outside. And if I want, I can have them touch here. So yeah, I glanced that I can do things. Okay. White comes up, black plays here. Now I did a little reading. The first thing I noticed, see how this leads black out into the open spaces, right? The straightforward approach, black gets out. And that's, if I said, man, I really want this move. I really, really want it for whatever reason, but I If black gets out, I simply can't play it. Well, then I'm going to do a little reading, right? I'm going to start reading this. What if this? What if that? But I'm going, well, before I look at that, let's look at this one, because it looks like that's a pretty easy read, right? And connect under. That part is easy. The hard part is, well, what about if he surrounds me, right? So Atari, surround, that's the harder readout. Can I survive it? And I decided yes, because there's a cut there. One or the other groups will die. Now that was a small readout. So I cut, boom, save my stones. I saved them this way, because if I save them this way, well, now what are you going to do? I've got cuts everywhere. So I connected up there. Boom, 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 boom. I thought a lot about this, but now I just encouraged him to kill me. So don't you dare, yeah, must be open. Boom, and out. Now I'm thinking, if he cuts me, I have time to do this, and the corner dies. So there's no need for me to play this forcing move, and then I'm going to have to come back. Why not just play the move, the running move? He comes out. Okay. The cut's getting more and more interesting. I thought, well, let me just take my Sente now. It all looks good. Really? I've tried this against professionals. It's like it just doesn't work. I hit it again. Oh, I'm getting out. Yeah, let me threaten, and now you can't cut, right? Snapback. So he comes down, still can't cut, down. Oh, big, massive, destroying the right. I don't like this, because we can imagine that group on the upper right there still having trouble. The point is that the two black stones aren't very meaningful. So go do something meaningful. So this is really just way small. I fixed my cut. Thank you very much. Yep. Now this I had to read a little bit, make sure I'm not cut, not getting in trouble. And here I'm like, why don't I just, later this is going to be a hassle. So let me just do it. Let's look at why it's a hassle. If I go do something big, let me just, this is Gote, so let me in there. Sorry. Sorry. And we'll have black win the ko. Sorry. I'm getting short on liberties. Now, of course, I win the fight in the moment, but in 30 moves, black could be completely prepared for this. So why don't I just clean it up? You're not going to come back and get this later. It's a big deal, cleaning it up. It's not a small thing. Boom, boom, you got it. Okay. Now, my eyes are totally on the A group, right? One-eyed group, which at the moment I can't do much with. But, ooh, am I looking at it? I'm also looking at the B group, but I know there's nothing there, right? I'm going to kill you. No, you're not. End of story. There's nothing to do. Oh, I'm going to get out. You're just dying. Fight is just dying. So, but I am looking at it for things like Sente to surround, Sente to surround, Sente to surround. Okay. three nice white moves. And just for fun. And I've still got the monkey jump. What did he get there? He got nothing on the right. So that's why his original move there was so small. It doesn't do anything. Bigger to give him up. Okay, so I'm looking at those things. I'm also looking at how can I come in here? Will it bother the two black groups, one on each side? If I find a way in, if I think one of them or both of them is weak, I'm gonna really push hard to get in here. And it's a little hard to say because, for instance, that white move, if he says, no, you can't connect home, okay, there's stuff here, right? So where do we start? I started here for one, and I did. I thought it was worthwhile. If black does it, it is so thick to the center, I will never do anything in the center. But if I play it, then I can do a lot of things. So I decided to start there. Good preparation. Sorry, out. So he's obviously concerned. If he is, he should do something better, right? There's so many things he can do better there. That's pretty small. And I'm glad to see it because I'd rather not play in here, right? This is really hard. Really hard. So he stopped me from doing something I really would rather not do. So it's like, wow, talk about just freedom, right? White just really experiences freedom there. Now I start my cute little deal. Got some thickness in Sente, then bam. Threaten the eye, start the surround. Feels good. Now imagine black says, I'm getting out. Yeah, you better. I'm getting out. Let's look at it. The black says, I'm getting out. Okay. Oops, white to play. White, black. Then we imagine I start to surround the left. Remember, there's a weakness there. Start to surround all this stuff. We'll just put it there just so we can see still. So there's double attacks here is the whole point. So there's a real attack here. This isn't a small thing. Boom, boom. This is standard. When you got your A stone against the B wall, what next move? C all the time. Now, I've been playing that so long, it's an assumption in my head. It's just an assumption. So maybe nowadays, since AI might go, you know that movie used to play at C? It's not so good, actually. So I don't think I've checked in with the pro, but I believe it's still, I love it. It's a good move. Comes out, keep surrounding. Okay, that's fine. If you capture, you're alive. It's not entirely true. I mean, Atari, Atari, Atari. Okay, so it's not a knife for real, but I mean, it's strong. So I think I don't see any more splitting attacks here. I don't see what to do other than save the stone. So I'm just going to probe. How are you going to save your group? So, for instance, if he says, I'm going to come out this way, well, then I'm delighted to do the Atari, do a couple forcing moves, and then take a center. I'm just making something up. I want to know what he's going to do so I can counter, so I know what direction. Comes out, okay. Then that means you have a cut. And I get to peep. And I'm doing a little something in the center/left. and you can't capture that white stone yet. Yeah, yeah, that was all silly. That's good for me. Okay. He can't get home to the right. This stops him from getting home down. And since I look cuttable there, right? Like black can cut me. So I need to spin to move fixing. Nice little fix to remove all that and then go home. Now, that might be a bit doing it too much. If black's smart, he might be able to work something out here. But then maybe not. It's a little tricky. Let's just briefly look. Then I play here. That's a real cut. Yeah. So there might be something here. Boom, boom. Whew. Got out of that one. Thank you. So I played weak there. How would one play stronger? Here. Just connect home. Play stronger. I didn't. I didn't like it because if I save, there's still something there. I wanted to do all things. Well, I shouldn't have. Yes, I get greedy. My alarm telling me to take my pills, proving I'm an old person. Boom, boom, connect, save. What in the world is that? He's obviously saying Atari, and I need to save. And then my entire group, he's fantasizing, so he saves. No need to save. But now, with my whole one wall, my A wall, I've gone A wall. This invasion is very nice. It works because I'm thick in the center. And I did a lot of reading here. Okay. So I did a very nice little invasion. I mean, how many points did I take away? 2, 4, 6, 7, 7 or 8 points. And I gained 2, 4. That's over 10 points in Sente. So now it's at least even. Now just endgame. There's no more attacking, no more anything. This is first endgame move. I save my cut, which isn't smart because he can't cut me right now. But I thought if I start any sort of fight around A, as things progress, this cut at B is just going to kill this whole white group is not connected home. And I'm starting a fight. I thought I needed to tighten everything up here. Yeah, I'm not at all convinced that's a good idea. But when you start getting like, you know, I'm going to win the game now because it's already basically even and I'm going to have a better end game than him. So the game's over. Why don't I just secure and start going a little slower? I'm not even saying that's a good idea. In game, and that's it. Just in game. Nothing too special. Yeah, we'll stop there. And what is score estimator? White by 12. Which isn't a huge win, but 6 stones. And playing, giving the game to black, right? I didn't make any complications at all. If he's weak, sure, I attack. But that's making complications. Well, I don't know if any of you know Tai Chi, the push hands, the fighting style Tai Chi. um, there's this principle of yielding. It's extraordinarily powerful. Um, so as he, as you go on the attack and he pulls back, there's a gap there, there's a void, and you step into the void. Step into the void. And it's just basically there's a rush of air and you step in. So in Go, if he doesn't defend, there's a void there. You just fill the void. It's not aggressive. It's just the only move. There's a rush of air. You step in. Again, I don't know if any of you know it, the push-ins. First time, I was probably 19 when I first learned. Some guy showed me, and you're not allowed to use more than an ounce of strength. More than that, not touching. Just an ounce. And he's throwing me across the room, 10 feet. Like, okay, I was already familiar with the martial arts, but that's a whole thing right there. That was pretty impressive. Okay, I'm rambling. Catch y'all later. Bye.